Ah, isn't the sunrise so beautiful? Hello everybody, this is Nick speaking. Welcome back to another episode of Dino's World. Today is going to be episode number 9. And you might be wondering where we are, standing on top of a floating block of wood in the middle of this area, but we are on top of the mob farm that I was working on last episode, and I thought this was kind of cool kind of intro sort of thing we could do here from the top of the world, more or less. This is all the way up at Y181, which is pretty far up here, but need to AFK platform even higher to unload all this stuff down below us, so at least as far as mobs go, we're not going to actually unload the actual blocks themselves down here, just the terrain around it. But how did you survive? Yeah, get in there. Okay, so apparently these guys can still escape, but yeah, we've been doing a pretty good job of collecting all this stuff here. I mean, that was, I think, a 15-minute AFK session. And, well, yeah, that's a lot of stuff to collect in 15 minutes. So, the farm's working. I'm not too sure about the whole minecart thing at this point, because we do have an issue with the whole unloading thing, and I know maybe it would be a better idea to get that timer up there and attach it to these hopper lines somehow at some point. I don't know if that would be possible at this point, but I'm guessing it will be at some point. So we will just, grab ourselves a nice big stack of arrows here. And I think we're going to head back down and work on a new project today, because we've definitely got a good amount of progress going on up here. So yeah, that was kind of a cool little bit to do, and I'm definitely glad that mob farm exists, because I think that's going to get us a lot of resources we need to help us, with things such like, well, bone meal will be an awesome thing and give us the blown block as well, which is a really nice looking block. But today, I don't really want to go over and do the villager thing today, because there might be another villager project I'm working on here. And, well, while I need the villagers, I don't necessarily want to work on it yet, because 2 villager breeders in a very short amount of time seems kind of bizarre for things, and in 2 different series. Now, you might be saying 2 different series, and chicken, you just hurt yourself. Why did you hurt yourself? Okay, you don't know? Okay, sounds good. But anyways, today is going to be, I think, working on a path. Yes, I said work on a path. Because I kind of want to link the mob spawner, which is going to be the location of the lair, up to the starter cave over here, and I think making kind of like the dirt path around the area will actually kind of work very well in our favor for this. So that's kind of what I want to do for today. And yeah, as I was saying with the villager thing, how there might be another one in the works in a different series. Yeah, there's a series coming back. It's been gone for a while, but it's coming back. And you might also notice my voice sounds a little off. I've kind of been losing my voice the past few days or so. It's been a little bit harder for me to talk, so I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully it's just a short-term thing, and sorry about that. Hopefully it sounds better in the near future. So Yeah, I think this, because I kind of got this little thing going here with like the spruce logs, and then we got these path blocks here, which look really nice, and I think are definitely what I want to go for here. So there is one slight problem, however, where I need this path to go is all the way over there, and well, we have this giant farm in the way, but it was kind of a temporary farm this whole time, so I'm not too disappointed to be getting rid of it. And well, there was a lot of we got a lot of crops to last us for a little while here, so I think we'll be fine, at least in the short term. Maybe in the long term, we need to make some new farms or something, but that can come on another day as well when we can do a little bit more here. And we might as well break these out first. And we get multiple pumpkin seeds from each one of these, which is kind of okay for most of them, it looks like. Maybe not all of them. But yeah, I think just, let's get all of this taken care of, and we can then begin working on getting rid of all the soil here, which to me means let's just block up all these sources and it'll all turn dirt, and then we can worry about getting other stuff going for ourselves. So, grab some of our earth material that is a dirt, and let's patch this up and get rid of our farmland. Well, that one's got rid of already. And boom. And boom. So yeah. I might as well jump around on it a little bit to make it go a little bit faster, maybe. I don't know. Okay, well, it's not working so well, but yeah, you get the idea. It's just all gonna, shrivel up and turn back to the dirt, so... Or to the dirt first, and then it will turn back to grass. And we may as well round this corner out a little bit, because, yeah, that looks kind of weird. And we may as well round this corner out too, because it also looks weird. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. And I might as well cover this up too, just because it's here and I don't like it. And then we don't really have to worry about this impeding the whole area as far as the hole goes here, and we can just kind of put path over it. So yeah, as far as this path goes, though, I think I want to take a little bit of time here, start work on it, and I'll come back to you guys when I have some progress done. So see you back in just a little bit. Alright, so I am back after a little bit of work here, and as you guys can tell, we have the path going so far. I basically kept with the spruce to kind of be our step-up half slab in between the different layers, but other than that, it's just the path box mostly dug into the grass, and yeah, the farmland is also now looking back to its normal self, so that was kind of nice too, and yeah. It's kind of like how this turned out so far, and I still think more work needs to be done on it, but this is a good start for all of this, and I do like what it looks like at this point, so yeah. Now, the path kind of comes over here. It comes past our world spawn point right here, which this literally... somewhere right in this area is literally where the true center is. I think this is where I spawned into the world, which also happens to be pretty much right at 0, 0, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see, where is exactly is 0, 0 again? Yeah, right here, 0, 0. World spawn point right there, so this is within the spawn chunks, and we will find out the exact spot of it when we go to the end and take on the dragon at some point, but, you know, that's a little ways off from now, so, and that finally grew there. But yeah, so, a few extra little plans for this one is that I kind of didn't really want to go all the way around this, all the way back, and all the way over there and to come back, so I decided to deviate a little bit from the path itself here, and this is going to be a bridge here, and I'm going to put a little lake here, and then this bridge is going to go into a tunnel. And waiting for this to grow still, because you can't path block a dirt. But then we come back out here, it's a little bit more of a path again, and then we're going to build yet another bridge over there to the area where we're going to have the lair. So we're kind of coming from this side over here, which is going to be interesting, and coming kind of through there and around. And then at that point it dips down, it'll probably go over that way over to the village breeder that we've started at this point, and yeah, that's kind of where the path is going to go, at least for this point in time, because that's basically what I have planned at this point. There obviously will be other areas at some point in the future that we have to path to as well, but for right now, this is the main path we want, and yeah, so we do have the bridges and the tunnel to take care of, and I'm pointing at the wrong one when I'm doing each one of those, but, you know, that's a thing that's happening. So I think first off, I kind of want to get a little bit of a design for this bridge here and this tunnel. The tunnel, I think, will probably be the easy one, because I can just, you know, kind of build it up a little bit, maybe use some wood to, like, kind of build up the sides of the tunnel here, and then, like, maybe put, I don't know, some stone or something back into it. I think that would be kind of an interesting aesthetic, and that would work out kind of well for the area. Maybe use just some of the acacia wood to tie it into the savanna here, and this bridge, we get kind of a nice sort of bottom part to it. The other bridge over here is going to have to be overhead, though, which it'll kind of be interesting to transition from the tunnel itself to the outside on this side, especially since we've also got a flat area to use on this side. So yeah, that's going to be kind of nice for us too. So I think I want to work on the bridge and tunnel here next, and I think I'm gonna make a little bit of a design here and more or less just figure out what I want to do with it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break here, and I will come back when I am ready to show you guys what I'm doing. See you then. Okay, so I got the bridge done, and yeah, I kind of like how it turned out, and I actually haven't joined it to the front of the tunnel there yet, which you can kind of see the profile of a little bit there, but yeah, this is basically what the bridge looks like. It's nothing really too special, just, you know, going in and kind of making it look like a bridge, which it does very well, and kind of some supports here on the end, and the wood beams here supporting into the middle, and then can just kind of join it up to the wall on the end on this side, so that also works out very well for us. And I'm probably also going to take that out and make this stone, just because that makes a little bit more sense than what we currently have, I think. So yeah, and then it just kind of joins up and turns into our tunnel here. So, and actually, Do I want to put a beam there? I don't think I want to put a beam there, but anyways, this is the next part here, which is the tunnel itself, and yeah, this is kind of going to be the rough shape of the tunnel here, so you get this kind of detail here, and then basically this area needs to be... Is it dug out there, or is... Yeah, that's going to have to be dug out there, made into stone. So yeah, we'll need that, and basically at this point, this is where kind of our little details go in here, and more or less follows the same contour here. We get the cobblestone walls on these 6. We have fence posts on these 2, and the redstone lamp up here at the top. The redstone lamp will be the hard one to get in, though, because we also need the power switch on top of it, which isn't going to be very easy to get to, unless we were to, say, maybe dig kind of a tunnel up here for it. So that's more or less how I'm going to have to do it, and, well, it'll work for us, so probably going to start work on our maintenance tunnel, and actually this one's going to be visible up here at the top on the front here. Wait a minute, no it's not. Why did I just place that there? The lamp goes on the bottom. Oh gosh, the lamp goes here. Actually, that block on top is not going to be visible, so that's where we'll put the switch, just right on top of that lamp. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, we need a block there. No, we don't. We can just place the switch right here. There we go. And then we get light. And then, all right, we have the fence posts in here too still, I think, some of them. Yes, we do. And then I'm just gonna come in and do those here. These are actually supposed to be the chiseled ones. And I think those look kind of cool for this area. So basically we do the chiseled bricks on the sides here. And then we have the glowstone up at the top, and basically repeat that for every column. So this is gonna be the next one, and I need more of that. So and then we'll basically have a block up here again, and that will be one of those. That'll be a stair, and then have a little panel here. Then we go back to that. Then we have a little panel. Then we go back to that, and all the way down to the other end of the tunnel. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work here after I go back over to my bed and go to sleep. But when I come back, I will probably have that tunnel finished and show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So I will see you back in just a second. Yeah, skeletons, I know you're shooting at me. Guess what? I don't care. I'm safe now and going to bed. All right, so we have pretty much the tunnel done here. Just got this one last one left to place, and bam. We are completed with the entire thing. So, wait a minute. Oh, great. I think somebody wants me. So yeah, I definitely like how this tunnel turned out. Definitely has some pretty cool looks to it. I actually like the granite here in the middle of the stone, the polished one. I think it actually looks kind of good in here, and definitely like the details I've added into all of this area. So it's unfortunately going to be all the time I have for this episode. Thank you all for watching this one. And if you have any comments for what you think might need to be changed, or maybe have some suggestions for the other bridge over here, leave it down in the comments below and I will take a look at it. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.